You guys, we have got to talk about Emma Chamberlain because she has been opening up about her recent breakup. And this isn't the first time that we've heard Emma talk about her relationships before, but we're going to get into what she had to say in this video that has people talking online about role model and that whole relationship. And well, it's just turned into a whole mess. We're also going to be talking about Millie Bobby Brown talking about David Harbour, doubling down that nothing was reported by her about David on the set of Stranger Things. We're also going to be talking about Dancing with the Stars because the finale occurred this week and people did have some things to say. We're going to get into everything. Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to the weekly TEACAP. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, ate all the goodies, the mashed potatoes, the mac and cheese, the green beans, the turkey, everything, you know, all the fixings. I'm ready for Christmas though. I'm in my Jonas Brothers Christmas movie sweatshirt. I did see the movie and I will say that I really did like the movie, you guys. I watched it like the night that it came out and I just felt like they weren't even really acting. They were just making fun of each other. Everything from Joe doing a Botox ad and Kevin talking about how he wanted a solo. I mean, it just felt very real, some of the things that they were joking about in the movie, and it was really good and cute and adorable and just something funny and cheesy to watch. You know, it wasn't like an Oscar, but it did remind me of a good Disney Channel original from back in the day. Now, I do want to get into the Dancing with the Stars news from this week because the finale was this week and we just have to talk about it. So if you guys are not up to date on anything that has to do with Dancing with the Stars, we're about to spoil what went down. So the winner of Dancing with the Stars this season was Robert Irwin. It was between him and Alex Earl. Robert ended up winning. And when I tell you guys, people on TikTok were so mad. They were coming at Robert Irwin. Okay, wait, pause for a sec. As I'm editing this, I just want to say that I think on TikTok, this was the only place that anyone was really that upset. And it was because Alex Earl has a really big following on TikTok. So obviously more people are going to be upset on TikTok. That was the only place I was really seeing this Robert hate. Other than that, everyone was really happy. It was wild. They were saying that Robert played the sympathy card this season. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was wild. I will say a lot more of this conversation happened after the ending of the show and everyone was doing press, and Val talked about how Alex had suffered a rib injury for half of the season and they did not say anything about this on the actual show. In none of the packages did they ever say that she had a rib injury. She talked about it on her vlog, but that was kind of it. But prior to the finale, Robert made headlines as people found out that he had a rib injury. So some people were feeling like maybe Val was throwing some shade a little bit of like, well, Alex didn't try to get sympathy votes by like going to the press and like telling People Magazine or Us Weekly that she had a rib injury or put it in the package before their dance to try and get people to be like, oh my gosh, like look at her dancing through the pain.
How much work she put in, honest work, never complained. She danced half the season with a rib injury. Never said anything, never complained, always showed up.
I don't know. Either way, I'm happy that Robert won. I did really like Alex Earl this season, but I just feel like I was ready to see Robert win just because I feel like America knows him. They've grown up with him. His sister Bindi won Dancing with the Stars. There were clips of him when he was really little saying he wanted to do Dancing with the Stars. It just felt like America was going to go in that direction and give him the Mirror Ball trophy. As for Alex, though, a lot of people were disappointed to see that her boyfriend Braxton did not attend the final episode of Dancing with the Stars. He hasn't been to a taping all season. He does play in the NFL, though people are really coming for his neck. They're like, he doesn't even play. He should be able to take time off and go and see her dance. And it's just been this whole massive conversation, and Alex actually ended up addressing it this week. Someone commented on one of her videos and said, I hope you and Braxton are still together. And she replied back and said he couldn't come because of football. Seemingly confirming that they're still together, but also confirming the theory that he really could not come and watch a taping because of work. And he plays in an entirely different state, so that's a whole other issue. But that is what has been going on in the Dancing with the Stars world. As for Millie Bobby Brown, she is fully shutting down those rumors that she ever filed a complaint against David Harbour. Recently, fans were shocked when a report started circulating claiming that Millie had filed an official complaint against her Stranger Things co-star, David Harbour, alleging bullying and harassment on set. The story came from the Daily Mail and it immediately took over the internet with claims that she needed a representative on set with her. But shortly after the reports of this came out, Millie and David were seen together at the Stranger Things final season premiere, and the two of them seemed to be putting the rumors to rest with the way that the two of them posed side by side on the carpet, smiling, laughing, hugging. And I mean, this week, Millie really was putting her foot down and clearing the air, telling Deadline that she felt safe on set. She said, "Of course I felt safe. I mean, we've worked together for 10 years," Brown said in a clip shared on Deadline's TikTok on Friday, November 28th. "I feel safe with everyone on that set. You naturally just, you've been doing it for so long." She said, "We also play father and daughter, so naturally you have a closer bond than the rest because we have had some really intense scenes together, especially in season 2, she added as her co-star and real-life friend Noah Schnapp interjected. "But David and I have a great relationship. We work really closely together in the scenes and in preparing for the scenes," she told Deadline, "and I'm really excited for everyone to see the labor of love and hard work we put into the closure of our relationship and what that looks like." So it seems Millie just wants everybody to know that what has been said is not true. Even though people were very willing to believe that something like this occurred after hearing about how David was in his marriage to Lily Allen. After she released her album, things came out about how he was in that relationship and people were just looking at him differently, especially with this next season of Stranger Things coming out. But I will say, you guys, I want to know how many of you guys have watched part 1 of the final season of Stranger Things. I watched it this weekend and I need the other episodes. Like, I don't know how I'm making it to Christmas at this rate because the way that ended, I want all the answers right now. I won't say too much in case a lot of you haven't seen it. But if you have, let me know in the comments all of your thoughts, you guys. It's all I'm thinking about. Now, as for Emma Chamberlain, you guys, we've got to talk about the fact that she opened up about going through a breakup recently. Now, she's been talking about it in recent podcast episodes, just straight up admitting that she's going through one and it sucks. She said her relationship with Peter McPolin ended a week before she filmed and that the breakup was as perfect as a breakup could possibly be, meaning they ended up on good terms and there isn't any bad blood.
And I'll be honest, it sucks. But breakups always suck, right? Like, I've never been through an easy breakup. Even when I think back to my most inconsequential relationship, it was 3 or 4 months long and we didn't love each other. Even that breakup sucked. But I will say this particular breakup was better in some ways because even though this was not an inconsequential relationship, this was an incredibly serious relationship that was 2 years long. We really deeply loved each other. The way it ended was so pleasant that I think that's why I'm able to talk about it without crying right now. It's only been a week and I can talk about it, and we've decided to remain friends. It was as perfect as a breakup could possibly be.
And we've heard Emma talk about relationships before. Like, I've talked about her opening up about Ethan Dolan before, her relationship, and everyone was freaking out because we never really heard Emma talk about her relationships until I feel like maybe the last couple of years she's opened up a little bit more. So I feel like every time Emma talks about a relationship, everyone kind of freaks out a little bit. But in talking about her recent breakup in the new video, she talks about the fact that she hasn't ever really been single since she was 17. There have been short breaks in between relationships, but she's always been seeking a partner. And this is the first time in her life that she actually feels confident about other areas of her life and that, she should be single right now.
Because I haven't been single much in my life. Since I was 17, I've been dating pretty consistently. I've had quite a few boyfriends, but I've had very short breaks in between, meaning I haven't really been single. And so it's a little bit daunting to be in this place now where I'm single again. And this time, I know I should be single for a little bit longer than 2 or 3 months. I think this time I need to be single for like a year. I know that in my gut.
So in her talking about this, people were like, oh my gosh, she moved on from a model so quick. Literally 2 or 3 months after she was dating him, she started dating Peter. And I will say, judging from the comments of her even just saying that she was single again, it's very clear that fans never got over her and role model's relationship. Like, the amount of edits that I have seen of Tucker and Emma recently, ever since she talked about this, or people commenting on his videos like, go for Emma, get back together, all this stuff, it is crazy. Even though, like, judging from his songs and things that she has said, I don't think that they're gonna get back together. It sounded like, she really wanted to be in this relationship. He was having a hard time of being in LA, and not that he ghosted her, but he just was like really distancing himself from her. He was just like, I cannot be in LA. They were doing long distance. She was traveling for work, all this stuff. They just didn't spend a lot of time together, and it just seemed like it fizzled out and he kind of left her hanging. I don't know. Anytime I like listen to his songs for real and think about their relationship, or listen to interviews that he's done talking about said relationship, I'm like, oh gosh, poor Emma. But it seems now she's kind of in a good place. I mean, obviously going through a breakup sucks, but she does feel like she wants to be single. She's in a good place to be single. She wants to have fun. She wants to do things that she's not done before. But yeah, I just found it very interesting when she was talking about this and the reaction from people. I mean, honestly, I feel like anytime Emma talks about her dating life, people are just like, oh my gosh, because she doesn't ever really talk about it. Now, you guys, this was not all, okay? So aside from Emma opening up on her own podcast about her recent breakup, she also went on Owen Thiel's podcast. And the fact that Emma went on Owen's podcast, and after the podcast, the TikToks that they made together, you guys, she was Sally. If you guys are in the role model world at all, then you'll know. He has this song called Sally When the Wine Runs Out, and it has been his thing on tour where he brings out a celebrity or an influencer on stage with him to be his Sally. And people have joked, they're like, oh, I wish that Emma could be like a Sally and come out on stage, but obviously, you know, that's not about to happen because they broke up, they're not together. But this TikTok that Owen posted over the weekend, you guys, Emma was dancing to his song. She was Sally, and the internet was freaking out over it. People said, wait, is this a fever dream? Emma Chamberlain dancing to a role model song in 2025? Yes. I know that's not role model playing. Owen, this is crazy work. The concept of Emma Chamberlain being Sally, Tucker seeing this on his For You page. I'm sorry, what? I didn't know this was an option. I audibly gasped. How is this real? Did I just black out? And honestly, same. When I saw this, I was like, there's no way. Like, this is just so funny of her and so real of her to actually be down to do this. But I will say, in the episode of her recording with Owen, he made a role model reference while they were recording, literally referred to this particular song. So in the episode, she was talking about her breakup, and she was talking about how when she got into her most recent relationship, she did not know that her ex-boyfriend Peter made music. Her ex is Peter McPolin. He's an artist, and she said that, you know, when they met, she didn't know. And when she found out, she was like, oh, not this again, you know, because her last boyfriend, role model, made music. And then Owen makes a reference to, oh shit, here we go again, which is the line in Sally When the Wine Runs Out.
When I met the person, like, I didn't know that they made music, and I found out later after I met them. So I didn't even know when I met them in the moment that they made music, and I found out later, and I was like, oh no, we're doing this again.
Cut this, but oh shit, there we go.
Oh, enough. Leave that in.
Now, I will say this is very real of Emma, where she talks about how because she's dated artists, sometimes she's finding out more about the relationship in the songs than like verbally hearing it from the person, which I found very interesting. Like, she is just like us. She is dissecting those lyrics right there with us when the album drops.
I learned about my own relationship through the music. Does that make sense? Like, I've learned truly how perhaps people have felt about me through music, which is great. But it's also kind of like, it's weird when you hear more in the music than in real life.
Totally.
I'm almost like digging into it myself. Like, I'm like,
You're on Genius?
like, even if I'm dating the person, I'm like digging into the song, analyzing it.
I love that.
Because I'm like curious about their true feelings. Even though we're in a relationship, it's like, but what do they really feel? It's nice because you get more info. But it also is emotionally turbulent.
So that's what Emma had to say when she was on Owen's podcast, when she was on her own podcast. She's been an open book recently, and people are eating it up. I certainly want to know what you guys think about it all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, let me know what you guys think about Dancing with the Stars, Millie Bobby Brown talking about David Harbour. I want to hear all your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.